With over 60 years of investing experience and a remarkable $9.7 billion net worth, Charles Schwab transformed the investing world and shook Wall Street to its core with his low-cost stock trading company. Here are 4 of his best investing secrets to help you multiply your wealth. The first secret is the simple 4-step formula to get rich. If you do these 4 simple steps, you're almost guaranteed to have a very comfortable retirement. 1. Get a good education and make sure it fits into the marketplace. You want to learn skills that the economy needs. 2. Get a well-paying job to earn money. And for my Asians out there, no, you don't need to become a doctor or a lawyer. 3. Don't buy things you don't really need, like the expensive car or vacation. 4. Put some earnings aside to invest. Ideally, use a 401k and an IRA. These steps are simple, but they're not easy. Simple to understand, but hard for most people to actually do. You might be wondering, what do I invest in? Before we answer that question, you have to figure out what kind of investor you want to be. There are 2 types of investors, active and passive. If you have the time, skill, education, you can be an active investor who picks investments. But if you don't, you can be a passive investor and get the average market return. Passive investors do almost no work, but active investors usually do a lot of work in trying to figure out how to beat the average market return. Unfortunately, they end up failing more times than not. Most people are passive investors because they can't work their 9-to-5 job and pick investments at the same time. What do you want to be? After you decide what type of investor you want to be, then you can start investing. According to Schwab, the best long-term investment is stocks. Why? Companies are in business to grow. The conversations at their board meetings are all about growth. When you invest in them, your wealth grows with them. If you're an active investor, you can research for the companies with the highest growth potential and invest in them. This is what Warren Buffett does. He buys companies and never sells. So as the companies grow, he gets richer. But if you're a passive investor, you can buy index funds. Index funds follow a market index like the S&P 500, which is made up of the top 500 US companies. You can participate in their growth for a very cheap cost. Over the last 100 years, they've done very well and brought investors great returns. Schwab also says a part of your money should go into international stocks. Although America will continue to grow, their growth won't be as fast as before. Countries like China, Indonesia, and Japan will grow at faster rates. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe. Lastly, even though you know what investments to look for, you have to also know what to look out for. If a stockbroker comes to you with his newest and hottest fund, run for the hills. According to Schwab and many other famous investors, the chances of these funds beating the index fund or the market are slim to none. You might as well just buy a lottery ticket at that point. Additionally, the returns shown on these funds are not the returns you actually get. Past returns of most mutual funds are not guaranteed for the future. Not to mention, they charge an arm and a leg for it, typically 1% or more, whereas an index fund charges only 0.03%. You might say, it's only a few percent. Why does it matter? Jack Bogle, the founder of Vanguard, has the perfect answer for that. For every 1% you give up over your investing lifetime, you're actually giving up 20% of your money. How much fees you pay is something you must pay attention to. Most people give up half of their wealth to fund their broker's retirement instead of their own. You don't want to be like them. If you don't know how much you're paying in fees, you must find out. This next video will show you how you can find out how much fees you're really paying.